Hello, it is week 78 in Intuitive Momentum Fitness, and today we're talking about gradually increasing intensity while listening to your body. The reason we're talking about intensity is that your body adapts to specifically what you do. And if you are not doing things, moving, lifting heavy things, your body's capacity for that decreases. So that is the super challenge when you have experienced trauma or when you have autoimmune issues. Things where, trauma makes your body hypervigilant and you drain your energy faster through the day than the average person. And then usually as a result of that, you end up with various forms of autoimmune issues, and things can pile up. If you're not eating the optimal foods, then your body gets further and further behind as it either doesn't have the nutrition that it needs to address issues or recover quickly or heal, or the foods that you're eating is actually inflammatory and causing issues on top of trauma and the related energy draining issues that lead to autoimmune dysfunction. So there's a lot there. There's a lot of pieces that go together when you're feeling overwhelmed with your health issues. Then your body has a hard time keeping up. You feel more tired, you feel more brain fog, you don't want to move as much because you don't feel well, and you don't want to exhaust yourself because you're already riding the edge of exhaustion all the time. So then you aren't moving as much, and the actual not moving as much becomes an additional factor in your ill health. So there's a lot to unravel. So what is optimal for each person, what each one of you who are listening should prioritize is going to be different depending on where you're at in the healing process, in the recovery process. It's important to remember all the simple things that are helpful. I've got a couple of lists out, and I talked about that last week, posted that last week in this group. But simple things like getting in the sunshine, getting in fresh air, taking deep breaths, getting more water and the electrolytes so your body can retain the water, getting quality sleep, getting movement, lifting heavy things to stimulate the muscle and the bone, because without that stimulation, your body doesn't think it needs all of the bone and the muscle that it has. And if you're not getting enough amino acids, all those nutrients that make up protein, especially the essential amino acids, then your body is going to cannibalize your lean tissue for making new cells, rather than get it from their food, especially if you're not getting enough of the amino acids in your diet. And then, simple things like gratitude and, having a positive attitude where appropriate, because some moments life is truly overwhelming. It's not important. It's important not to invalidate what you're feeling, but also You don't want to get in the habit of looking for the worst things. So when you're in a really vulnerable, weak, run down, worn out space, doing the little things as much as possible, eating well, doing little movements, going for walks, doing a simple strength exercise movement, all those things, taking deep breaths, all those things can have a major impact on the gradual improvement of your health. And then once your health recovers a little bit and you're in a little bit better place, increasing your intensity in your workouts, which again has, various applications depending on your situation, but increasing the intensity will rapidly increase the transformation that you experience in your body. So in the very beginning, like I've mentioned this over and over again, but when I was in my teens and early 20s, every time I was consistently working out, I got weaker and smaller because I was too weak to be able to handle the workouts that I was doing. And I didn't have enough energy to recover from the workouts. So my version at the time of increasing intensity was to split my body, all the muscle groups of my body, into 14 different groups and focus on one a day, and still do like, if it was, let's say it was tricep extensions, so just working the triceps, whether that was a press down with resistance bands or kickbacks with a dumbbell. I was just working that one muscle group that day, and I would do 4 or 5 sets to failure till I couldn't do any more. Same thing with squats. And at first I'm trying to remember now, but I might have just done like a knee extension with an ankle weight instead of an actual squat. And so I'd do knee extensions with an ankle weight until I couldn't do it anymore. My leg was burning, my quads were burning. And then I would rest for a while, move around, get the blood flowing, and then do another set and do that 4 or 5 times. And so I made the group I was focusing on smaller. It's a smaller number of muscles that I was working on, but I increased the intensity. Where sometimes when you try to do a full body workout, the intensity for each individual muscle group is actually lower, even though your intensity overall seems to be higher, and you wear yourself out more. It may not be having the impact on the muscle that your body needs to recognize that it needs to actually get stronger. So as you are healing and as you have more energy and more capacity, then you can do more. And I was able to do more. And so most of the years since those early years, I've been able to do higher intensity or greater volume workouts. Like today was chest and triceps. So I was doing max chest press with dumbbells. Today I went up to 70 pounds because I'm still recovering injury on my right pec. Dropped a 90-pound dumbbell on it on this side. So normally I would go up to 90 pounds and do max set and then do a drop set series after that. So 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, 30s, 50s, 40s, 30s. and each time do as many as I can till like I can't quite get the dumbbells up through full range of motion. And it doesn't take very long. It's just kind of a quick, maybe 30 minutes altogether with some warm up and some cool down. Sometimes I add the triceps with it. So if you're not using the gym, you can do push-ups against the counter, push-ups against the floor to hit the same muscle groups. You can do super slow squats. So, but the important principle, like however you end up applying this, is that whatever muscle group that you're focusing on needs to reach fatigue. Fatigue can be burning in the muscle, the lactic acid, you feel in that, quivering in the muscle, a lot of shaking, and then just inability to perform the movement properly. So reaching fatigue is how you let your nervous system know, oh, we actually need to get stronger in this muscle because we won't be able to do the same thing again tomorrow. We're going to have to recover and recover stronger. So I know some of you are not in that space to push yourself that hard just yet. So what should you be doing if you're dealing with autoimmune issues and extreme fatigue and all of that? Well, anything that you can do that won't set you back, or anything that you can do in a way that won't set you back. So similar to how I went from trying to do full body workouts to just 1/14 of my body at a time, you can drop the intensity and the volume of your workouts to whatever is appropriate for you in this moment. And don't underestimate going for a walk. Just going for a walk increases circulation to every cell in the body. Where there's more blood, there's more oxygen and more nutrients. So getting more oxygen and nutrients to all of your body is the best way to promote healing and recovery. I believe that if we were just to walk a little bit more, now some of you may be walking a ton already, so kind of listen appropriately. But if we were to all walk more, we would have healthier bodies, healthier immune systems, because oxygen is life, nutrients are life, blood is life. And so when there's more blood flow, there's more life and more healing and more recovery. This quote from Dr. Mark Hyman says, "Your body is a complex, beautifully designed system that can become your greatest tool. Move and exercise daily in a way that you enjoy and that energizes you. This is critical for optimal health." I love this because the main thing here is to start with ways that you enjoy, things that energize you. And I'm going to get to your comments and responses soon. But some of you talked about doing yoga, some of you talked about doing walking, some of you have talked about doing strength training. And so whatever it is that you are doing, that you are in the habit of, or if your nutrition is more dialed in but not your exercise yet, whatever it is that you already have established, value that, prize that, appreciate that, hang on to that. And whatever is not yet a part of your established routine, keep at it. Keep trying to add it in small ways, in manageable ways, in sustainable ways, where you can be consistent with the new things. And we're gonna, as we go through your questions and comments, I'm gonna talk about ideas and suggestions for you. So why don't we dive right in?